Financial stagnation is rarely a matter of laziness. It is the predictable result of selling the only asset you cannot scale, your time. When your income is tied to a clock, you hit a hard physical limit that no amount of effort can overcome. In this system, a salary functions as a subscription fee. A company pays it to ensure your primary focus remains on their objectives, effectively keeping your own long-term ambitions on a permanent pause. Much of the standard 10-hour workday is actually spent on the performance of looking busy. We document the hustle and broadcast our late nights because we've been taught that the appearance of exhaustion is the same thing as productivity. This creates a dangerous illusion of progress. You can run as fast as possible in a direction chosen by someone else, but because you are trading hours for dollars, you remain anchored to the same spot. This chart represents the clock trap. Because there is a strict 24-hour limit on every day, measuring your worth in hours places a hard cap on what you can earn. Your potential is limited by the simple math of the calendar. This path also lacks true security. Decades of service and loyalty can be erased in a single morning. When a board makes a cost-cutting decision, they don't look at the hours you've given. They look at the current bottom line. This is the reality for millions who optimized for a safe career path. They traded their freedom for a promise of stability that can be revoked at any time. Standard employment is a trade where you give up an unrecoverable resource, your time, in exchange for an illusion of safety that keeps your personal growth within a predetermined box. Breaking this cycle requires a shift in how you view the market. The economy doesn't actually reward the time you spend. It rewards the specific value that your time is capable of producing. Consider two different professionals, a surgeon and a plumber. Both perform a task that takes exactly 20 minutes. The plumber earns a modest fee, while the surgeon earns millions. The time elapsed is identical, but the financial outcome is radically asymmetrical. The difference is skill compression. The surgeon has packed decades of study, high-stakes risk, and technical precision into those 20 minutes. The market isn't paying for his time. It's paying for the depth of capabilities stored within it. When you build high-value skills, you stop needing to sell raw hours. The compressed expertise does the work for you, creating leverage that a simple hourly rate can never match. There is a common paradox in how we treat our resources. Most people are protective of their limited expertise, but are incredibly wasteful with their time, acting as if it were an infinite supply. Every single hour you spend performing for an audience instead of building a skill is a permanent loss. Once that time is gone, the potential value it could have generated is lost with it. Value, however, is an infinite asset. There is no ceiling on learning or how many skills you stack. Knowledge compounds, meaning each new thing you learn increases the power of what you already know. When high-value skills are stacked consistently, they eventually transform into wealth that operates independently of your physical presence. Your capability becomes a resource that generates returns without requiring a clock. When a skill set becomes sufficiently rare and high leverage, the dynamic of the trade reverses. Instead of you searching for a buyer for your hours, the market begins to seek out the specific scarce expertise you provide. To start this transition, you must move toward quiet execution. This means abandoning the need for public validation and stopping the broadcast of your effort. Focus instead on stacking specialized skills. Treat yourself as an asset that must be consistently upgraded, adding capabilities that are difficult for others to replicate. Efficiency doesn't require an audience. It produces tangible outcomes that eventually speak for themselves, proving your value through results rather than through the performance of being busy. Once you've built value, the next step is scaling it through systems. By creating a structure that can operate without your direct manual labor, you multiply your output without sacrificing more of your life. Tools like AI can handle the heavy lifting, automating the routine tasks that used to consume your hours. This allows the systems you've built to maintain your leverage around the clock. This automation is the mechanism that buys back your freedom. It separates your income from your presence, allowing your accumulated value to work on your behalf. The choice is a simple trade of resources. You can treat your time as infinite and your value as limited, or you can treat your time as the scarce resource it is, and your value as an asset with no ceiling. Choosing to build instead of perform replaces a fixed hourly limit with a trajectory that can compound indefinitely. By prioritizing the growth of your value over the sale of your time, you shift the math of your life in your favor.